There's a major geopolitical headline today that markets are already paying attention to. And it's one of those stories that can impact Forex, commodities and crypto, much faster than most people expect. If you're newer to trading, don't worry. We're going to keep this simple and practical. I've been trading the markets for about 5 years now, and one thing I've learned is that markets don't wait for things to happen. They react to risk, they react to uncertainty and expectations. Today's story involves the United States and Greenland, and I want to explain why traders care and how this kind of news can quietly influence price across multiple markets. So here's what happened. According to today's reports, Donald Trump made strong comments about Greenland, stating that the United States would intervene if necessary, even if Greenland itself did not agree. On the surface, this sounds like political talk, but financial markets don't see it that way at all. Greenland is strategically important because of its location in the Arctic, its access to the emerging global ship routes, and its large reserves of natural resources, including oil, gas, and rare earth minerals. When statements like this come from a major political figure, markets don't wait to see what happens next. They react immediately to the uncertainty created by the comment. That uncertainty alone is enough to shift sentiment and cause volatility. As a trader, this is exactly the type of headline where price can start moving before most people even finish reading the article. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. The Arctic region has become increasingly important over the last few years. As ice melts, new shipping routes open, global trade paths change, and competition for natural resources increases. Because of that, major global powers are paying much closer attention to influence and control in this region. Any suggestion of escalation, intervention, or conflict in the Arctic introduces uncertainty around trade routes, energy supply, and global stability. And whenever global stability is questioned, financial markets respond. For beginners, the key thing to understand here is this. Markets move on uncertainty, not just confirmed events. Even the possibility of change can move price.
If you're struggling to grow your social media, there is a platform out there that I personally have used, and I know that every other YouTuber has used themselves. Now, the sponsor is SMM Go. And if you go there today, you can see that you can change whatever social media you have into an absolute rocket ship. They're going to help you every single step of the way. You'll get real service with real speed with an honest and transparent service. So guys, if you're looking to boost your social media and you just haven't got the time or you don't know where to start, then SMM Go is the place for you. Go to smmgo.io today. The links are in the description below. Go ahead, get started and boost that social media. Let's get back to the video.
Let's break down how this kind of news can affect different markets, starting with Forex. In the Forex market, geopolitical uncertainty often leads to volatility. The US dollar can move quickly as traders reassess risk and safety, while European currencies may also react due to geographical, exposure to the region. This is where having access to a wide range of USD and European pairs is very helpful. Personally, I like being able to watch how different pairs respond to the same news. With PU Prime, I can easily switch between major Forex pairs and see where volatility is actually developing, instead of guessing. In commodities, headlines like this can have pretty strong impact. Oil and natural gas prices are sensitive to anything that threatens supply routes or future access to resources. Metals linked to technology, energy, and defense can also experience, increased volatility when these tensions rise. Even if you're not actively trading commodities, their movement often spills into Forex. This is why I like trading on a platform where Forex and commodities are available side by side. So I can see the full picture rather than just one market. In crypto markets, uncertainty often leads to sharp moves. Some traders see assets like Bitcoin as an alternative during geopolitical, or economic instability, while others simply react to oil risk sentiment. Having crypto available on the same platform as Forex makes it easier to track sentiment across the markets. On PU Prime, I can monitor crypto alongside my Forex trades without needing multiple accounts, which keeps things very simple, especially for newer traders. Now, here's a reality check. The biggest challenge during events like this isn't getting the news. Everyone gets the news. The real challenge is not reacting emotionally. Fast-moving headlines often lead traders to overtrade, increase their position size, or jump into the market without a plan. That's usually when mistakes happen. This is where structure and discipline matter far more than predictions. This is exactly why many traders prefer using platforms that are designed to handle volatility market conditions, instead of relying purely on emotion or decision making. With PU Prime, traders can access Forex, commodities, and crypto from one platform. That makes it easier to diversify rather than putting all the focus onto one market during uncertain times. One feature that becomes especially useful during events like this is copy trading. Instead of reacting emotionally to breaking headlines, traders can follow experienced traders, their strategies that already have mismanagement built in. PU Prime's copy trading allows users to choose traders based on performance history, their drawdown and their strategy style, while still maintaining control over risk. Control over their position sizing and exposure. For beginners, this can be a more structured way to stay involved in the market without feeling pressured to react to every headline. Execution and spreads also matter a lot during geopolitical volatility. When price moves quickly, delays and wide spreads can add unnecessary cost. Having fast execution and competitive spreads help traders focus on managing risk rather than worrying about technical issues. At the end of the day, situations like this highlight an important lesson. Successful trading isn't about predicting geopolitical headlines. It's about using the right tools, managing your risk, and staying consistent when uncertainty increases. This is still a developing story, and markets will continue to respond as more information comes out. If you're trading during times like these, stay patient, keep your risk small, and remember that uncertainty creates opportunity, but only for traders who stay disciplined. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.